when we talk about youth, women, and people living with disability, most people tend to think it is girls, women, and people living with disability. So I think those are the kind of narratives we also need to change with time.
When I was left at that tender age, the only thing I was thinking of was to make money so that at least my siblings can survive. To at some point, I could send my siblings to school, go make 100 shillings, pay the fees, and the rest 50 shillings. I buy unga, we eat.
There was a clause at the youth development policy where it stated that female youth is important youth. We all know this country, the word important or special, what it means. We all know what that means. We fought for that clause to be removed. I wrote emails. I went to people and told them, this is the email, write to them and have that clause removed. And I'm happy that the final draft we got, that clause was removed. Because our boys would have suffered the next 10 years. Because we all know the policy takes about 10 years. The other thing is that I was also part of the validation for East Africa Gender Policy document. That is a document that is being used the entire East African community. If you take time and read those documents, you'll be shocked. There is nothing for boys and there is nothing for men. We cannot have government documents that purport to be biased. So we need to come to the occasion that things are not right and speak about these things. Whenever you see a law that is being passed, whenever you see a document, a policy document that is being done and launched, and you go through it and you realize there is nothing for the boys or for the men, it is your responsibility as a Kenyan, as a parent, as a caregiver, as a guardian to speak out and say no. Otherwise, in 10 years from now, we might not have boys standing. And for us, we believe that is true equality and equity.
As a student leader, I want to speak one as an orphan who was left a total orphan at the age of 6 years. I last saw my mother at six years. And I lost my dad when I was 4 years old. There's been too much expectation in terms of our performance. The society expects a lot from us without empowerment. The society look at us as a future without giving us the direction. They expect us to perform without motivation. They expect us to be great people in the society with a lot of discrimination and a lot of isolation. So the society judge boys harshly. When a lot of attention is concentrated to the girl child, what is being done in return? We are being told survival for the fittest. That is why today you walk along the streets of Nairobi, you see young men waking from the rags, sleeping without blankets, not because they love that kind of life, but it's because of the humiliation they're facing in the society. Now, having served as the national president of the Student Council, and I thank Kenya Secondary School Heads Association for giving me that privilege to serve, that is between the 2017 and 2019, were handed over power officially to another region. Boys in our institutions face what we call male chauvinism, where it is believed we boys have the mandate to revolutionize this society no matter what. So the society has been expecting us to perform without proper resources. We have seen many organizations coming to the rescue of the girl child when they're being humiliated, when they're being sexually harassed. But what happened to boys? We are only being condemned. While the Constitution, in the Article 55 of the Constitution, speak of the government affirmative action to protect our young people against the harmful cultural practices, we only see organizations coming to the rescue of the girls. Where is the fate of the boy child? The boy child is left to survive on his own. If this country is not keen, many mothers are going to raise kids on their own as boys are running from their responsibility as a result of negligence in the society. While boys are being neglected, they take an initiative to come up with a revenge mission that the state cannot handle. That is why today we have the teenage pregnancy. So these boys come with a straight revenge. When the society is busy empowering girl child, the boys are busy talking about the way they're going to revenge to their counterparts. That is why today, if you see a girls' school performing better than girls, the state will echo a lot of congratulation messages to them. What happens in the case of the boys? It is an expected notion. We are expected to perform without motivation. So boys need rescue. If we can come with an advisory, the National Advisory Council, to cater for the well-being of our boys in this country, I believe such issues of street kids will be mitigated in our midst. When we narrow down to the issues facing our boys to mere rhetoric fact of indiscipline, let us also think of our irresponsibility and our contribution to the mess of the boy child being under siege. When the society applauds a girl child too much because of their continuous improvement as a result of the many resources invested to ensure they improve, let us think of our contribution to the diminishing, to the devaluing, and to the humiliation that the boys face in our today's society.
I usually say my visible scars represents many invisible scars of abuse and violence that men are experiencing in marriages and in relationships. But they have nowhere to go. They have no one to share the pain they are experiencing. In our houses, you find many men are drunk. They don't have time even for their children. But I realize that this is a coping mechanism.
Sisi kama street children hadi sisi tunafai kuingiliwa na serikali, tunakuja tunasaidiwa. Kaa hapo wengi wanakuanga hadi na talent. Wengine hadi wanakuanga wameenda course, lakini hawajaipata kazi. Juu tu ya watu wanasemanga wako huko ni wezi. Yani serikali inafai kuingilia hadi sisi tunasaidiwa.
Many men opt to take their own life because they can't handle what they are facing. At one point, I wanted to take my own life when the doctors told me that I won't see again. I wanted to throw myself from the 9th floor at Kenyatta National Hospital. But I can say God sent someone. There's a patient, a friend who was helping me in that facility.
We need to go back to the community where a child belongs to the community, and we need to develop more talent institutions that focus to the boys and the girls.
In the context of the Kenya National Youth Development Policy, the boy child falls under the definition of the youth. The State Department of Youth Affairs and government generally has got robust policies and plans to support the boy child in its plight and lamentations. There's a story that has been told before that boys used to be taken to boarding schools for discipline. Girls used to be taken to boarding school for mentorship. Those are some of the conversations that we started losing the traction between gender.